Northeastern U.S. is cleaning up this morning after that historic storm that dumped feet of snow in some parts. Providence, Rhode Island got almost 38 inches of snow. Don't worry, we did the math. That is more than 3 feet, and that broke the city's all-time record. And here is a live look at the city of Boston. That's the Zachem Bridge, and there are a lot more cars there today than yesterday. In Massachusetts, more than 200,000 customers are still without power. The outages are concentrated on the South Shore, South Coast, and Cape Cod, where they saw higher snow totals. CBS News correspondent Jason Allen is live in Boston, which is still under a state of emergency. Jason, good morning. I imagine that this is a cleanup that's going to take days, not hours. So what are the conditions like right now?
Yeah, good morning, Michael. And, you know, it's hard to believe because we got nearly 17 inches of snow here in Boston. We're talking about double that in those areas down to the south and east. And just this we've had here in Boston. I mean, look at this. This is on the dock where we are here on Long Wharf, right? And, you know, usually you push these piles of snow to the edges of everything. In this case, I mean, look at this pile back here. This is right in the middle because there's just simply nowhere else to push it at this point. And so, yeah, they're talking about the extent of the week that it's going to take to clear all this snow. Yes, thankfully, it has stopped snowing for now. The skies are blue, kind of a cold wind this morning, but a ton of work to do with clearing all this away.
So this storm, you know, set records, as we've been mentioning, literally feet of snow falling. We can see it behind you. Talk to us about the impact on the area.
Well, that's a great question because, you know, as much time as it'll take to clear here, they've had to move some of these resources down to those heavier hit areas, down to the south and east. And because there is so much snow, and you mentioned all those power outages as well, it's going to take time, extra time, for them to clear the roads first, just so they can access those areas and then start fixing the power lines. So this isn't something where power gets fixed maybe as quickly as it might in some circumstances. In addition to that, you know, kind of a historic storm in the way that the Boston Globe, which is published for 150 years, is not putting out a morning edition this morning, at least not in print, because they weren't convinced they could safely get their workers to the shop to print it out. And then even if they did, weren't convinced they'd be able to get people safely out to deliver the paper. So that kind of gives you some context, gives you an idea of how historic this storm is. And when we're talking about those power outages, too, I mean, this ranks right up there with the biggest fall nor'easters that we've had, you know, usually in the October months that we've had here in the Northeast.
A lot of work ahead for those folks. Jason Allen, thank you. Well, take a look at our radar. The Northeast will see another round of snow overnight tonight and into tomorrow. Here's the good news. A lot less is expected this time around. And farther west, strong winds and low relative humidity are raising the fire danger in Colorado, Texas, and New Mexico. CBS News New York meteorologist Tony Sadiku has your forecast. Tony, good morning.
Good morning, Michael. That historic snowstorm now over in the Northeast and New England. Here in New York City, officially the biggest snow in 10 years, making it a top 10 snowstorm, too. But we know plenty of areas along the coast seeing 2 to 3 feet of snow. Thankfully, it's out of the way now, but the cleanup continues. Remember to pace yourself as you're moving a lot of that heavy, wet snow. And we got to be mindful, too, of the threat of black ice this morning from any refreezing overnight. So allow extra time that morning commute. Meanwhile, next system is winding up in the northern tier. This will be rolling through the Great Lakes. Already winter weather alerts for the UP of Michigan, which could see as much as half a foot of snow. Then this will continue to work its way through. So it's Chicago to Detroit, light accumulations into the Northeast as well. Thankfully, this is not going to be as significant as the last one, but could see a couple of inches interior sections of the Northeast, lesser amounts for the I-95 corridor. Still unsettled in the west. Showers continue to move on through, especially the northern sections of California. The high terrain could see flooding through late today. Back to you.
All right, Tony, thank you.